One pull of this trigger, you don't want to with me, my cracker. Come on, that's like a heart attack. Cause your fucking shit's psychotic and you're mad whack. You stupid ass transition cracker. What up, YouTube? We're making some mead. I'm gonna start off with some of these caramel candies. I put the rest of what was in that bag into the bottom of the jar here. Then we're gonna add some more stuff to it. Next we're gonna add, let's see here, this, and yeah, that. 2 cups of sugar. And you want pure cane granulated sugar. There's not a whole lot left in the container. I'll just pour it all in there. Fuck it. There we go. Next, we're gonna add some Cinnamon Toast Crunch seasoning, the entire container of it. What I'm making, YouTube, is a apple mead. Like an apple cinnamon caramel mead. Next we're going to add honey to it. Got some local hive raw and unfiltered honey. That's what you want to use. I'm repeating the recipe from the last time I made it. For our mead, just dump the entire fucking thing of honey in there. Mead is basically a honey wine. One second. A little bit of cold water to rinse out the excess. Now we're going to add some apple to it. I have some Royal Gala apples. They're large Royal Gala apples. They're really tasty apples. If one will be enough, I might add 2 in there just for shits and giggles. That just happened. Oh man, hold on one second. I dropped the marinara sauce. It fell out of the fridge. Oh, that didn't just happen. I'll grab a napkin and clean that up. Oh, jeez. Man, I hate being clumsy. Anyways, back to what we were doing here. Grab a knife and take the sticker off and the stem out. Both of them. And we're just going to cut these apples in half. And then into 4 slices here. Throw them in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for our wine base, we're going to add some apple juice. This is Mott's 100% all natural apple juice. Before we add the rest of our ingredients, we're going to take our spoon and we're going to stir it around town. I wouldn't put the caramels in the jar ahead of time to make this video quick and short. So now I take all the apple, that cinnamon, and that honey and everything in there and just kind of, yeah, there we go. Stir that around, rinse off our spoon here. You want to leave some room for your turbo yeast to ferment. Because the key with this recipe is the turbo yeast, which is what's going to make it turn into a wine. So we're going to add just a little bit more apple juice to it, but not much. We can always add more juice to it later or water, so I think that should be plenty. That'll give us plenty of room. A little bit of room at the top, so it's got room to burp. Alright, so now we're going to add... Last time I made this, I did not add yeast nutrient, but this time we're going to add it just because... Now the yeast nutrients will give it a little extra nutrients for when we put it in there. Just do a cap full of that. There's a cap full of the yeast nutrients. Throw that in there, just like that. Now my fans sent me some turbo yeast. This is the 48-hour turbo yeast. And one bag of this will make like 4 to 5 gallons. So we do not need a whole lot of that turbo yeast in here. Grab a smaller measuring cup here. Got a 1/3 cup right here. That should do it. This is from the Alcaltech turbo yeast. And this video will take like 2 weeks to make, but after like 12 days, we're going to filter it into a clean jar. That's a little bit under 1/3 of a cup. That should be plenty of yeast for our brew. Wrap that up. Now comes the fun part, turning it into homemade hooch. And take that cup right there and just boop right in there like that. Beautiful. Now we'll stir it around one more time. Last time I made this, I didn't add yeast nutrient to it, but it still turned out good. This will just give it a boost of what it needs to do its thing. Beautiful, YouTube. Now we're going to add to the lid. Put it in there. Nice and tight. Then I'm going to fill this airlock up to the line right there with some cold water. I'm going to stick it in there. Perfect. Now I'm going to stick the airlock in there, screw it into place. Let it sit there. There's a crack in this lid, so I'm going to add some tape around it just to be safe. Booyah, son! Now I'll take you on a journey. Alright, there. And let that ferment and do its thing. All them caramels in the bottom are going to dissolve. I've had this mead before. Last time I made it, I didn't put yeast nutrient. And the yeast nutrient's not going to affect the taste of it, YouTube. It's just there to give the yeast a boost and a head start and extra goodness for it. But yeah, you give that about 2 weeks, and then after like 12 days, you strain all that liquid into a clean jar. And then let it age for like 2 weeks, and you'll have yourself some really good apple mead. Yes, sir. Those caramels will dissolve into that and make it really nice.